This hangout on air is live. Excellent. We're finally live. Thank you guys for joining us. This is Alicia Stringer here, and we are in the Millionaire Mindset Hangout. We've been doing these about every Tuesday, about 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have excited to have special guests come out and share with us their biggest shift that's been able to create their mindset shift to millionaire status, millionaire mind, or what made a huge shift in their business and their life in order to get them to a new level. We've had some powerful, powerful stories, powerful people out, and I'm excited to have Lisa out today and share with you our panel here. Also as well from many parts of the world. I'm here in Middle Tennessee in my new place, I guess, kind of, and middle of Nashville. So I'm excited to share with you here in Nashville. And let's go over to Greta and introduce yourself and what you're excited to see today.
Oh, I've been so excited for this all week long. Hello, 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 and welcome everybody. My name is Greta Campagnolo, and I live on Vancouver Island in British Columbia, Canada. And I am a mother. For those of you who don't know, I'm a mother of 6. So as I'm on this hangout, you may see children walking in and amongst behind me every now and then. And yeah, I'm super excited to have another powerhouse mama on our show with us today. And I know that you are gonna get some really awesome stuff. Like, one of the things I really love about Lisa is she's real, basically, and she just keeps it so real. Like, some of the things that may fly out of her mouth today may shock you, and in a good way. I just really love it. Oh my God, she just, like, I don't know, she makes me smile. I love seeing your posts. I just love that you are just you and you're true to you. So I'm super excited to hear from you today, Lisa.
Woohoo! Let's pass it over, Keisha. Let's go to you. You're in line. You're not Keisha. Keisha, are you live there? Are you frozen? Or you got the sound?
Oh no, she's frozen.
Keisha, you frozen? Okay, I'm gonna hop out. Okay. All right. So, hi, I'm Valerie Jampolsky, and I'm again very excited, Lisa, that you're here. We were accountability partners at one point. And Lisa's she's so powerful and she's so brilliant, and very much keeps it real. And Keisha, are you there? Nope, she's still frozen. Okay, so I'm gonna lead into it, and here's the thing. By the way, I'm a single mom. I got twin 4-year-olds as well. So you might, little naked kid alert. Little naked bums running around. Just it could happen. Naked kid alert. Just one of those people. I used to be an entertainment attorney and doing the mompreneur thing so that I can be there with my kids. And that's one of the things I know that is a huge of value with Lisa, is being able to have the incredible success that she has, so she can really be there with her family. I want to ask you, Lisa. I'm going to pass it over to you. You let everybody know a little bit. Those of you who don't know who you are, like we know you, but also, what is it? What would you say is the most powerful shift that happened with you in your life that's led you to the success that you have? Because you're extremely successful. You're a 6-figure earner. You moved to this incredible home. Give us more of your details. But what is that transition? What was that powerful shift that you had? Because I know you had one. And how did you get there? What was your process of getting there? And how is that, moved and segued and powerful, and what that's done for your business?
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you guys for having me here. I feel like I'm at a family reunion, because we've been friends online for, I don't know, a few years maybe now, and it's just always so awesome to just be able to hang out as here online, even though we're in, different states, different countries sometimes, and we get to use platforms like this to actually connect, and not just on the offline events, but actually online too, anytime we want. So that's awesome. But let's see. I don't know. Should I share my story first, or just jump right into the question you asked me? What do you want?
Go with your story into the question. How about that?
Okay, okay. Well, my story, where do I want to start? I started in the network marketing industry when I was 18. I got introduced to this industry from a friend. She invited me to her home party, and they did the whole presentation about how you can make money from home, selling these products. And it was from a company that rhymes with Ramway, just so everybody knows. And just like everybody else, I think that was their first starting point, was that company. Um, but I started there, and what made me pull up my credit card was really not the products. It wasn't the compensation plan. It wasn't whatever the team. It wasn't anything of that nature. What made me pull up my credit card to buy at 19 years old was I bought into the dream, right? I bought into the lifestyle that they were selling to me. They were selling that fact that I could stay home and work from home and not work for someone else. Like, okay, yeah, who doesn't want to do that, right? They were selling the fact that, I could make 6- and 7-figure earners and create a team of people who are duplicating so that I could be hardcore and then sit back like this just chilling out, collecting checks, right? Like, that was the dream, and that's basically what I bought into, because we all need to make a living, right? We all want to make a living. We all have to make money from somewhere, otherwise we can't survive. We can't eat, we can't pay our bills, we can't do any of that. But at the same time, none of us wants to work. Right? We don't want to work, meaning getting up and going to a job, taking orders for someone else, sitting in a cubicle, all day long from 9 to 5, getting stuck in traffic, being away from our family. We don't want to do that. So when I was introduced to this industry, I was like, well, this is what I want, because I don't want to do that stuff, right? I didn't graduate from high school. I never went to college. So I didn't want to do any of that stuff. I wanted to do that. And because I saw so many people doing that and having success with it, I said, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do. And I don't care how long it takes me to be successful. I'm going to make this happen. And so I signed up, pulled out my credit card, bought the whatever package it was. I don't remember back then. I don't even remember how much I paid to get in back then because I was only 19. But from that point on, I just jumped from one thing to the next. Like, I tried that for a little while, didn't work out. I was doing the parties and the 3-way calls. That didn't work out. I harassed everybody. Nobody wanted to talk to me anymore. They always used to run away from me all the time because it was like, here she comes with this new thing. What is she up to now? What business is she doing now? What venture is she now? And it was always jumping from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, thinking that it was really the company, the compensation, the team that I was on, whatever it was, when at the end of the day, when we look at network marketing companies, what is the same things that they teach? They all teach the same exact things. They teach you make a list of 100 people. They teach you get your friends and family on a 3-way call. They teach you to do home parties. They teach you to do hotel meetings. They teach you to put up flyers. Like, all of them teach the same exact thing. And no matter what company I went to doing that stuff, it never worked. It never worked. And I think the whole entire 18 years that I was trying my business, trying to do that stuff, getting turned down for people that would say no all the time, getting turned down for people that would say they were coming to the home party and didn't show up, or the people that did come, it was like 2 people and nobody bought. It was just so many things back to back to back to back. And I'm sure you guys can relate, and the guys, everybody who's watching us live now, if you've experienced that, you can probably relate to that struggle and that pain, because it's painful when people say no, right? It's painful and embarrassing to always trying to throw up on people, throw things in their face all the time, here, without providing any value. And so that's what I did the 18 years that I struggled. And I think my 18 years, I probably made about $20 because I was in a travel agency company, and I made one sale from a friend who booked travel for me. So I was like, woo, I made my first $20. Woo, right? But it took me years to make that 20-something dollars. And I could have gave up a long time ago. I could have said, you know what, I keep trying this company and that's not working. I'm trying this company here and that's not working. I'm going over there and that's not working. I could have gave up a long time ago. But what I kept seeing was other people were having success. So I knew that if they were having success, that I had to have success too. I just didn't have my breakthrough yet, and I didn't know how. So I think the one shift that kept me going, I'll tell you what the shift was in a second that made me get the results that I'm getting now, but the one shift in my mind that kept me going all those years without any success was the fact that I saw other people making money and doing this full time. And that's all I needed. Because if they're doing it and they're signed up in the same company as I am, using the same products as I am, doing the same home parties as I am, but they're having success and I'm not, what is the problem? It's not the company, it's not the compensation plan, it's not the way I'm doing the parties or anything. It was me. There was only one thing in common with all those companies, and that was me. Right? So I needed to work on myself. I just didn't know what I needed to work on. So make a long story short, this happened all the way up until about 7 years ago when I got laid off from my job. I remember sitting in my cubicle. I was working in the compliance department at TD Bank in Manhattan. I'm sure if you guys heard of TD Bank before, that's where I used to work. And I was sitting in the cubicle, and even the jobs that I had before that, I always used to just daydream about working for myself from home. I didn't know what I want to do. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I just knew all these years that that's what I wanted, period. And I wasn't going to stop until I made that happen. So 7 years ago, I got called into the HR department, and they let me go. And I was like, woohoo! Because now I'm just going to take the unemployment benefits, because this is like my opportunity to break free, right? They're giving me my freedom papers. They're giving me severance. That's money. They're giving me unemployment benefits for 6 months. That's money to live off of. I was like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to figure this out, because I'll be damned if I ever get another job again. So I made that decision the moment that they let me go, that I was never, ever, 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 ever going to work for anyone again. I was unemployable, right? I think I said back then that I see myself like if my network marketing business didn't flourish, that I was still going to be self-employed some way, shape, or form, even if I had to scrub toilets and I had my own business. That's what I would do versus going to a job, sitting in a cubicle, taking orders, shuffling papers, and working for somebody else. It wasn't an option. At least I knew that if I was going to be scrubbing somebody's toilet bowls, that it would be my toilet bowl scrubbing business. And that's all that matters, because I wanted to be in business for me and work for me and be the boss. And so that was the decision I made. So I didn't know where I was going at that time. At that time, I was actually looking online for different opportunities, how people are making money and stuff like that. And I kept seeing these pages that we know as capture pages or lead pages or squeeze pages, and they all looked alike, right? We didn't have the fancy pages that we have now. It was back then in 2007, it was a white page with black words, and some of the words were highlighted in yellow. And at the bottom of that page, it was a box for you to put in your email address. That's all it was. And every time I went online, I kept seeing this page, this style of page popping up. And I was like, what is this page? And why am I seeing it all over the place? There's got to be something to this. And I kept putting my email address in all of them, going through the funnels, trying to figure this all out, trying to figure out what is this that these people are doing? I need to figure this out. So I started going on YouTube. And back then, it was YouTube, MySpace, and that was pretty much it. Just YouTube and MySpace, and then Twitter came along, and then Facebook came along. But it was, for me, it was, at that time, it was YouTube. That's where I started, right? YouTube. Oh, that's my husband, excuse me. It was YouTube, It was MySpace, right? So I said, let me go on YouTube and see what other people are doing. So I started watching people's videos. And I said, well, let me look at a few people. Let me figure this out. Let me see what they're doing. Let me see what they're promoting. Let me see how they're doing it. See if I can figure out this online thing. Because I was like, I want to do this online because I already failed with the offline stuff. I said, I'm going to do this thing online. So I found this girl, and she was promoting the lifestyle, right? She wasn't even really talking about her business or why I should join or what it was. She was talking about this thing that she was doing, that she was going to work on creating this financial freedom or whatever. So I was like, that's sexy. Where's the link, right? Give me the link. So I called her. I sent her a message on Facebook, and I said, I want to know a little bit about what you're doing. I said, so when we got on the phone, we were on the phone for maybe about an hour. And I said, sign me up. I'm ready to go. And that night, I signed up, and it was a little $97 program. And in the program, it had like over 300 ebooks, because we didn't have websites and programs with video-based, trainings like we do now. Back then, it was ebooks. So if you wanted to learn how to do internet marketing, you better start reading, right? So I think I read almost every single ebook that was in there. So I learned things from solo ads and video marketing and a whole bunch of other things on how to build my business online, all these different strategies and methods on how to build my business online. The problem was that I was so overwhelmed, I didn't know where to start. So I was in a stuck zone. But the cool thing was that I said, well, let's look at this for a second. Look at what just happened. Here we have a woman who is in Florida, okay, the woman that I joined. Here we have a woman on YouTube who lives in Florida, and I pulled up my credit card and I joined her business. Well, that's a strategy, because guess what I have to do? I just have to be a monkey and do the monkey see, monkey do thing, right? So I bought a camera, and I started doing videos. And before I knew it, I was making sales on YouTube, right? From just doing videos. So my first breakthrough was model after other successful people. That was my first breakthrough. So I kept doing that and just modeling what she was doing. And then before I knew it, I was just making sales to the point where I was making, at that point where my unemployment check ran out within 2 years, because employment benefits got extended back then. So I collected unemployment for 2 years. And by the time that ran out, I went from making $1,200 a month in unemployment benefits to $1,800 in residual income with my little online business, just shooting videos. So I was like, this is cool, right? But then that business died down. Nobody was really buying anymore or anything like that. Actually, I don't even remember what happened with that company, to be honest. I just knew that I moved on to something else, had some success with that, moved on to something else, had some success with that. But I was always still at a stuck point, right? I couldn't break through income-wise. I couldn't make past, I think it was like $2,000 to like $2,500 a month. And although that may seem like, oh my God, I would die to make $2,000 to $2,500 a month, that's a good place to be. But when you're stuck, right? And so 2 years ago, fast forward to 2 years ago, I found myself being 3 months backed up in rent, $150 to my name, and I had $27 in the bank account because my MLM business was not doing too well. My graphic design business was not doing too well. And I was like, what the F is going on? What is going on? Where are all the people? Like, they're not signing up anymore. What is going on in my business? And then the next thing I did was I said, I need to target a market. I need to be very specific on who I am talking to. And this was the next shift. This was the next breakthrough as far as income-wise. So I said I need to be very specific on who I'm speaking to, because what I've been doing, and by luck, I don't know if it was luck or whatever, but whatever it was working, but it started to slow down. And I think it was because I was talking to everybody. I was talking to everybody who had a pulse. Everybody and anybody who wanted to listen, that's who I was talking to. And now, well, since 2 years ago, I market to a niche, right? So one of my mentors always used to tell me, if you want to be rich, market to a niche, right? And so I was like, okay, well, who's my niche? And so that's the point where you guys have to just figure it out. You have to figure out who you're talking to. Is it a male or a female? Where do they live? How much money do they make? Where do they hang out? Do they have kids? Are they married? You know, like what do they do? Are they vegetarian? Are they meat eaters? Like, are they fat? Are they skinny? Are they tall? Are they short? You have to really, really narrow it down who it is that you're talking to. Because if you want to be successful, you cannot talk to everybody. You can't talk to everybody because everybody is not going to be interested in what you have. Okay? So my final shift where I first made my first 6 figures in 12 months was the fact that I switched and I started targeting to a niche. I started figuring out exactly who I'm talking to and literally laser focused on that group of people, and that's it. I didn't care about those groups, that group over there. I didn't care about that group over there, although I knew that I could make money with that group. I didn't care about that group over there. No, this is the niche I want, just this. That's it. And so that's what I started targeting, and before I knew it, in my first 90 days, right, of doing that, I made $25,000 in my first year. I made over $100,000, and again, income disclaimer, maybe there's a link over here where you can see average earnings, but my results are not typical, right? Because I made a decision not to do typical stuff, not to do things that people are just too lazy to do. For example, figuring out who your niche is. Most people are just lazy to sit there and think. Most people just don't want to think, right? Second example would be to figure out what my message is going to be to that target market. Again, it's all about thinking. That's really all it is. It's about masterminding with yourself or a group of people and trying to figure out who you're talking to and what is that message. So they don't want to create the front end stuff, produce the back end freedom, if that makes sense. So I hope that answered your question. Who asked me that question? Was it you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
You're frozen, Valerie. I can't.
Am I frozen? Am I frozen?
You're moving now.
Oh, there I am. Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. And so for those who want to know, the exact system, whatever that Lisa's using, if you, right below there's that button you can click on, you can have access to it. It's right there. So, yeah, right there. And what would you say would be? I don't know how, because you guys want to jump in on this, Alicia, Greta, Keisha. You know me, I got all kinds of stuff. So you guys, you want to hop in with your reactions, because they're like chatting to me in the chat box here as Lisa's talking.
Well, guys, I'll jump in really quickly. I fell off I had a blue screen with all this white writing right when we were introducing ourselves. So I'm so glad to be back on here with you guys. Yeah, Lisa, and I just want to let you know you are amazing, and you know this, and powerful. I'm so glad to be connected to you. I think we first met as a part of the Superwoman group, right? And I too am from New York, so I really love your realness and how real you are, like Greta said. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yes, and you always, share powerful nuggets that so many people can really resonate with, and you can really help people. So you said model after successful people. You said to find your niche, market to your niche, which is so powerful. Because like you, I also started, and I still network network marketing. I have a business, health and wellness company, and so I'm doing that too. So that's so important. And if any of you out there are listening, you can always use those skills that you learned there, but online is so powerful. You mentioned videos. Videos are so powerful because we make that presentation and we don't have to be there. We let it play over and over and over. So we're always getting, while we're sleeping, getting the leads, getting the sales. We don't have to be right in someone's face just one time, just that one instant. So that's what I think is powerful. If you can, just really touch on that and how powerful video marketing is, and what that meant for you to really capture that part of marketing. That if you can. A lot of people are scared to tell the story on
Yes.
in front of the camera.
Yes, and you know what? When I first started out, I was petrified. I didn't know what to say to the camera. I didn't know what to say. I knew that I needed to say something. I just didn't know what it was. And so, again, it all comes down to modeling after the person that you're following. At that time, I was following her, the woman on YouTube, right? My new sponsor in my new online marketing venture, which, by the way, we're still friends on Facebook, actually. We're still friends, right? But it was about modeling after the person. What is she doing? What is she doing in her videos? What is she talking about in her videos? Well, that's what I need to do too, in my own voice. And so I just turned the camera and I would just talk in my own voice. Whatever I was learning, I was sharing. So whatever she was talking about, I would watch that video. I would watch it a few times. I would grasp the idea in my head, and I would spit it out in my own words, because if she could do it, I could do it, right? You always have to have the mentality of, if that person could do it, so can I. If that person is generating 50 leads a day, so can I. If that person created their follow-up emails in their autoresponder, so can I. If that person created their marketing funnel using a lead capture page creator and an autoresponder and whatever else, whatever tools that we must have, so can I. And so you just got to do it. I mean, it's just simple as that. Okay. You just do it. You have the mindset of just doing it. That's it.
Guys, I want to make sure we're okay here, because it says we're live. We just lost Lisa. We just lost Alicia, and she started the Hangout, so hopefully she can pop. I was going to pay really close attention to our little live box here. We're still going. Folks, I just want to say right now, if we cut out, if for any reason we cut out, stay tuned, because we will bring it right back with like a part 2. We'll come back and we'll get her back on, because it could be an internet connection issue. Because it'll work for a little bit and then Alicia's gone. And then we cut out because she started the Hangout, just saying technology-wise. We had that happen when we had Tracy Walker on. So, all right. So I want to hop out and something so powerful that you said, Lisa. And it's interesting, because you see somebody doing something, right? And you're like, if they can do it, I can do it. And I want to, and it's an interesting thing, because maybe it's just who you are, but it's something, if you want to talk about modeling, folks, if you're watching this. Did you ever have a point where you watched and you saw somebody do it? Did you ever have a thought in your head going, ooh, I don't know if I could do it? Or you just sort of went, you know what? They're doing it, I'm just going to freaking do it. I'm just going to go for it, I'm just going to do it. Or did you have a transition from going, oh, I don't know, into doing it? Or do you just kind of like jump and figure it out as you go? I'm very curious, actually, because you are so productive, and you're just like, something's on it, and Lisa's, you're like, you learn it, you do it. You learn, you like, I'm going, right?
That's it. I mean, there's no time waits for no one, right? You can't rewind and bring yesterday back. You can only move forward into the next minute, the next 5 minutes, the next hour, the next day, the next month, the next, the week, the next month, the next year, the next 10 years. You can only move forward. So if I sat here and just crossed my arms and just watched someone who breathes, someone who eats, someone who shits, someone who works, someone who bleeds red blood, someone who puts their pants on like me, someone who puts their shirt on the same way, like someone who has given birth to a child, someone who's in a relationship, someone who eats healthy, like if they could do it, Because they're doing all the same things that I'm doing anyway, right? Think about it. They know how to eat. Well, guess what? So do I. They know how to write. Well, guess what? So do I. So what's the difference between cutting a freaking video on and doing what they're doing and just getting it done? There is no difference. I think the fear is, especially with video, is the fact that they could, the fact that they feel like people are going to judge them.
Yeah.
And you got to get over the fear of people judging you, because who gives a damn?
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to like me. There's a lot of people that unfriend. There's a lot of people that unsubscribe to my emails. There might be people that just because I said shit might leave this page right now. And you know what? I don't care. And that's the kind of attitude that you have to have. You, first of all, be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever that self is, if you're not a cursor, don't curse.
Yeah.
If you're a cursor, throw in a little F-bomb every now and then. Because those people that are those are the people that are going to be attracted to you anyway. This is an industry about getting people on your team and in your business who are like you. I don't want to attract people that are not. I want to attract people that like me and are like me, or who aspire to be like me. Because my goal in this industry is to get people to duplicate what I do so that we can all have results. So if they're timid and scared and, you know, just afraid of doing things, which I'm not that way, I don't want to work with them.
Yeah.
I don't want to work with people like that. Because you know what? I was scared at one time too, and I got over it. Right? I have a new girl on my team. She's only been with me for, I think, like a month and a half. You guys have seen me talk about her on Facebook plenty of times. Her name's Meredith, right? You've seen her results that are coming in, right? We're talking a girl a woman, I should say, a mom of 2 young small children, an 8-month-old and a 4-year-old, who has never done internet marketing before, has never done network marketing before, never done anything, any kind of business before, anything, right? She's just a stay-at-home mom. And here she came in and she said, you know what? I see what you're doing. I like what you're doing. I want to do what you're doing. And she never made videos before. She was so newbie that she didn't even have a Facebook account. That's how non-online she was, okay? That's how non-techie she was. She literally started with 0 list, 0 experience, 0 anything, nothing. Big fat 0 she started with. And now look at her. She just modeled after me. She made a decision that, well, if she's creating pages and autoresponders and funnels, then I need to learn how to do that and just do it and get it out the way, even if it's painful.
Yeah.
I just need to do it and get it out the way, even if it's painful. She said, well, she's doing videos and she's talking about that. Well, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to turn on the video and I'm going to talk about that too. She went and she bought herself a whiteboard. Because, you know, if you watch my videos before, you know I do a lot of whiteboard videos in my funnels. So she went out and she got a whiteboard, right? She put it on her wall. She got markers, and she just started learning and then teaching what she was learning. And she started making her own videos, right? And she's never blogged before. Now she's blogging every single day. In fact, there's some days, like today, when I didn't even get my blog posted, and here I am because I'm on her list. Here I have an email coming from her that she did her blog post, and I still am I done.
Yeah.
Here she hit the number 3 spot several times on the leaderboards. She's bringing in like 1 or 2 sales every single day sometimes, right? Why is she doing that? Because she made a decision to model after me. That's it. She made a decision that who cares that I've never done this before? Who cares that I don't have a following? Who cares that I don't have any influence online? I will make my own influence. I will start with what I have, which is nothing, and work my way up from there. And in just, I think, 48 days, she had over, I think, exactly 1,000 leads because she took a picture and put it on Facebook. She has 1,000 leads in 48 days, and I think like 26 signups just from modeling. I mean, come on. We're talking about a mom with an 8-month-old that I don't even know if she's still breastfeeding or nursing. I think she is. But come on, small little child of 4 years old. If she could do it, you could do it. What's the difference? I'll tell you what the difference is. Right here. It's how you're thinking. Your thinking is thinking. Thinking is going to keep you exactly where you are for the rest of your life. If where you are, you're not moving forward. That's what's going to happen. See, she will be successful. She will be a 6-figure earner very soon because she just does it. And what I love about what she's doing is that she'll even start tweaking some stuff to test things, and she knows nothing about tweaking and testing. She's like, you know what, I'm just going to create a new video, and I'm going to put it up and see how it works. Or I'm going to create an ebook, and I don't even know what I'm going to talk about, but I'm just going to put it together anyway, and I'm going to send that ebook, an email to my list, and just see what happens. And that's what this is all about. It's all about testing and just throwing it and see if it sticks. If it doesn't stick, you move on to something else and you keep doing and keep tweaking and if whatever, okay? So that's what she's constantly doing because she sees that I'm doing it. So if you want to be successful and you're following somebody who's getting results, then guess what you got to do? Do what they do. Do exactly what they do. Don't deviate from what they're doing. If you see them doing something that way, do it that way, especially if they're getting results with it. Which is exactly why I got results when I first started with my first mentor on YouTube. She was only doing YouTube videos. So I said, well, whatever she's doing, I need to do that because clearly she's having results with it because I just pulled out my credit card to join her. So if I did that and I found her on YouTube, then guess what? Somebody's going to watch my videos and start buying from me. And that's exactly what happened. Monkey see, monkey do is very simple. Very simple.
I love that. I love what you're saying about, you do something and then, if it doesn't work, whatever, you tweak. And just,
right.
It doesn't, it's not like, oh, that didn't work, and so therefore, because that one little thing.
Oh, the whole world is going to end now. Come on. This is marketing. It's about testing and tweaking and changing things and seeing what's working, seeing what's not working. That's what it's about.
Yeah, I see that most people say don't look at the testing and tweaking because they say, oh, it's a scam, it didn't work. You're like, no, it's a scam because you didn't work it. You didn't test it in to keep working it to see what is going to
work. Right. Let me give you guys an example. Right now, 2 weeks ago, I revamped my funnel. Okay? I created new videos. I talked about new things. I put those videos up in this 3-video series. I put them up inside of my funnel, right? And nobody has ever seen them before. I never talked about them before. It was a different style that I wanted to present to my new subscribers that come into my list, right? It's been 2 weeks already, and I only signed up 2 people in those 2 weeks, where I was getting a consistent 1 to 2 leads, 1 to 2 sales almost pretty much every single day, which is why you don't see me on the leaderboards right now because I'm testing. I don't care that I'm not on the leaderboards. I don't care that I just made 1 to 2 sales in the past 2 weeks because I know that right now I'm just testing. Because guess what I'm going to do when I come back from Orlando? I'm going to use the old videos that was converting, right?
Yep.
I'm just going to redo, not redo, but I'm going to take the videos that I had and put them back into my funnel because clearly the new videos that I created, that message is not congruent with the leads that are coming through because they're not biting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're not buying anything from me. I got 2 people that signed up. That tells me that of all the leads that I'm getting, 2 people signed up in 2 weeks. Something is wrong with my videos. So now I have to go back in and change them and put the old videos back because that's what was working. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm talking about, tweaking and testing and tweaking and testing and not worrying like, oh my God, it's been 2 weeks, I only made 2 sales. Who cares? Who cares?
Yeah.
Right? Who cares? Because guess what? I'm going to put those videos back that was working. You'll see me on the leaderboards again because I know that they're going to work because I've tested them, so I know they worked. But then I'm also going to work on a new series, and I'm going to put those series in the funnel maybe about 2 months later or a month later to see how to test that series to see how those videos work and see what the results are. If I still get the same results in 2 weeks of testing, that I'm only getting 1 or 2 sales in 2 weeks, well then clearly that tells me once again that the original videos are the winners. And those are the ones I need to be using. So I can trash the other ones. They just didn't work. Or maybe I can reuse them in email campaigns or something. I don't know. But that's what this business is all about. That if you want to have success online, these are the things that you have to start doing inside your business.
Yeah, I think it's really really valuable for you listening right now that Lisa, that you just shared that, because I hear it a lot of times from people as they're having success with a certain strategy that they're using, and then they decide to test, or they just kind of, you know, I guess you get kind of comfortable or complacent. So then you move on to something else and you try something else, and then that doesn't work, and they just start to kind of get tunnel vision and forget, you know, and they get caught up in that moment of like feeling defeated, and they forget that they can just go back to what they were doing before. Right? It's so important, you know. And I remember actually recently talking with Valerie and another team member, another woman that we work with, work alongside with, anyways, and Valerie took her through that whole process. She just broke it down. Well, what were you doing? What did you change? You know, and it's so helpful. That's one of the great things about being connected. You know, like, yes, you're in business for yourself, but you don't have to do it by yourself. And that's what's so powerful about this community, because you can reach out and you can brainstorm and mastermind and really figure out where it is. Because sometimes you need to have another mind come in and see and help you sort of have an overview of what it is that you're doing. And, you know, and just like, I love this attitude that you have of just like never ever giving up. I mean, come on, some people come into this business and they do it for like a week or a month or 3 months, and they don't get results, and they're just like, oh, that's it, this doesn't work.
They can keep doing that, because you know what? The more they keep doing that, the more they keep, you know, joining different things and jumping from here to there and giving it a try, the more they keep doing that and not doing what they need to be doing, which is building a business, the more no results. They're not going to get results. They're not going to get any results. They keep doing that. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I just love like your story, because it's so inspiring. I mean, if you're watching right now and you've been doing this for a while, you know, I haven't met too many people who did, you know, who struggled for as long as Lisa did, and she never gave up. And one of the things that I find that I really like to talk about with our guests and ask our guests as well, that's really powerful, is that I know that you have this attitude and this mindset of like, no matter what, it's like you are determined, and you don't care if you fail. You don't care how many times you fail, or if anybody thinks what you're doing is stupid or whatever. You're just doing what you're doing, and no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
What was your vision, or what was your why? Like, what did you start with, and like, where is it now today? Because I know that has to also be sort of like a driving force that behind that determination.
Yeah. Well, while some people may say that their why is their children and their family, and yes, that may be one of my whys, and that's a driving force, but at the end of the day, my real why was that I don't want to be in a cubicle all day long. It's like being in jail. I don't want that. I don't want to work for someone else and get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and get on the express bus for an hour, to and from Manhattan when I was living in the Bronx. I don't want to take an hour lunch. We go out to lunch, me and my husband, usually from like 1 o'clock in the afternoon till about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I want to take 4 or 5 hour lunches. I don't want to come back and say, oh, it's 1 o'clock, I got to get back to my desk. I don't want to do that stuff. I don't want to do that stuff. So that was really my why, was just that the thought of doing that for the rest of my life, or at least until I'm 65 or whatever the age is for retirement now, the thought of doing that just makes me want to, it just gives me like a lump right here in my throat. It just makes me want to, just all over the place. Because I cannot.
Yeah.
I can't.
I relate.
Yeah, the thought of that, that's what keeps me going. It's that feeling of being imprisoned all day long, Monday through Friday, that scares the living daylights out of me. It scares me, and I don't want to do that. And even though, it's funny because I have lots of friends that I've harassed throughout the years, like, you need to look at this, you should join this, right? And every now and then, and these are friends from like, junior high school or, high school or whatever. And some of them, not all of them, but some of them I'm still friends with now on Facebook, right? Excuse me. And every now and then we'll talk. And every time I ask them, well, how's life? How's things going? They always, all of them say the same thing. I'm still working. I got to go back to work tomorrow. And it's always like this big complaint, and it's just like ill. If I ever have to live that life again, I will die. Literally. Yeah. If I ever have to go through that again, I will die. I don't want that. I don't want that. So, yeah, at the end of the day, it's to be home with my family and to have freedom and stuff like that. But really, I think the truth is that I don't want to deal with that pain that most people are dealing with. Yeah. So for me, I'm running from the pain. What keeps me going is the fact that I'm running from that pain. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Absolutely not. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure lots of people can relate to that.
I had an office. I mean, six-figure. I mean, never mind the cubicle. I had an office, and I just went back emotionally into that space of feeling like those. It's to be able to. I went into two places as you were talking. One was in that place of remembering what it was like, and I got all the, I was an attorney, but my God, the papers, and you're just sitting there, you're like a slave to the papers and everything.
Yeah,
but that feeling, I mean, as you were talking about going on that 4-hour lunch, I mean, come on, ladies, everybody guys watching this, right? I just jumped there. I was just like, yeah, I remember, that feeling when you're sitting out there and you're just relaxing. I'm looking out at the water, because I live by the water. I mean, all of that feeling of that experience, and wanting to keep that, keep that incredible ability and just gratitude of being able to do that. It's so cool.
Yeah.
So
cool. I think I'm a little opposite of what normal people actually think of what their why is. Oh, why? Why do I want to be successful? Because I want to take a 4-hour lunch. I want to spend time with my family. I want to do this. I want to do that. And all that stuff is great. But for me personally, Lisa Torres, that doesn't push me. That doesn't push me over the edge. What pushes me is the pain of that place, the dark place, the dark side. That's what I'm running from. So picture I'm like this, and I'm going towards the freedom, right? I'm going towards the 4-hour lunch, and I'm going to hang out and pick up my daughter from school and all that stuff, and I'm running. And back here is the cubicle hell.
Slavery.
Yes, slavery.
Slavery
so
versus
while people
freedom.
say, yeah, my why is there, no, for me, my why is over there. Because I'm not going back there. Never. Never.
So
I'm running.
yeah. So I get. I'm with you, Keisha. You've been monitoring the page for us. Do you want to shout out some of the comments that people got? Some people are saying stuff to Lisa.
Sure. So Deb Bennett says this is good stuff. Lisa Burnham, she's like, you rock, Lisa. And I know Michelle Leaks, she's been on here commenting the whole time. She has been like the first one on board. She is saying you have no filter and she loves it, okay? She loves your realness, okay? Keep it real, LTA, she says. That's Elizabeth Ferrero. She's like, aha, that's the why. She has it now. So
Yeah.
we have tons of comments coming through. They are so excited about everything you're sharing here. They love your realness. And, I mean, we love you, Lisa. We know.
Thank you.
Yes.
I love you.
Thank you.
I wish we had more time because, you know, you have shared with people how to really break down and make sure they get those things done. You talk about taking massive action. When you talked about Meredith, when you talk about when you talk about just getting out there and just doing it, that's taking massive action. And so many people they stop themselves and they limit themselves. But I know you have so much more nuggets and knowledge that you can share with us.
Oh, you got to hear them in Orlando. You'll have to be there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You're speaking.
Yeah.
You're speaking, Lisa. Oh, okay. All right, guys. So listen, get the link below and meet us there, right?
Yeah, and you can click in because there's the system, all of this stuff, all this resources, being able to connect into all of it, of what Lisa's talking about. It's right there, and more of Lisa's in there too.
Definitely.
For sure. Thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate you asking me to be out here today, hanging out with you guys today.
I can't believe how fast it went. I'm sorry.
Actually, I love you guys so much so that I actually made an exception because usually I'm out from 1 till about 5.
Oh, thank you.
We stole some of that.
So when you guys asked me, I said, you know what? I got to be here for my girls.
We love you for that. We love you for that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your dog is such a cutie. Is it a girl or a boy?
He's a boy. His name is Rusty. A lot of you know him from YouTube.
Yeah.
He's a YouTube celebrity.
He's like your sidekick for your rants. Your sidekick for your rants, Lisa?
Yes.
Lisa and Rusty's rants.
That's right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you, Lisa. With that, we'll end the hangout and invite you guys to below the chats. There are some phone calls for you to get on. We've got the Superwomen phone call coming on right now, so there's the phone numbers to dial for that. And of course, re-listen to the replay of the Empower Hour. I know Lisa's been out on that, and it's just such a powerful call. So listen to both of those calls throughout this week and replay and share this hangout with all your friends and know that we'll get tons of value from it. And with that, we'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.